Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Tech on Target. Today video will be going to on Terraform and we will create Terraform resources in AWS Cloud. So who will be the audience for this video? Uh, the, the persons who know basics of AWS Cloud and want to automate their infra creation through Terraform can watch this lecture. Otherwise, you must learn the AWS basics. You can get video for AWS basics on our channel. There are other channel you can visit. So here you can see that uh, some days, I think 2 or 3 days back, we have uploaded a video on Azure Terraform modules. So in that we have covered different resources of Azure and their code in via Terraform. So that is the first benefit of using Terraform, that one it is one time that you need to learn the Terraform, then you can work with any cloud easily and automate its code. So let's begin, and we'll talk much more about the Terraform. Here we have it empty directory, and each and everything we will create from scratch. Let me to create first file by name of main.tf. Here main is not the key is the .tf extension through which Terraform knows that how this file is uh, to whom file it need to be executed. Any file with the extension of .tf, Terraform will execute it. Okay, that's the one thing. And if I do go for if you search in Google AWS provider, you will get this. And if you just add it here, and what it's saying that we require provider, and here we can see that required providers are AWS and its source is HashiCorp/AWS, and its version should be 4 or 4 minor version 4.1 4.2 like that. Then provider AWS is saying that the resources which we will create, we can like one resource we want to create in US East 1 and one in US East 2. US East 1 is the North Virginia and US East 2 is the Ohio region. So what we will do by pointing here and by mentioning here, we can work on that particular region. Else, if we are not mentioning any reason here, what will happen? If I just remove it, it will create confusion. While there are two prerequisites before implementing any demo of Azure on AWS, you must have AWS CLI configured with authentication. Plus, you should have Terraform. If you wanna see how to configure the AWS CLI, there is a video of EKS cluster creation. You can go and watch that. And then Terraform just you need to download a basic binary of Terraform. I can show you how to do that. Install Terraform. There is a HashiCorp website. Then you have to select here. They have given instruction that on OS what Linux is there. I am using Linux system, so that's the command. This is a very simple command. They are just adding the key, and then one second. They are just updating the repository and installing some dependency. Then in the next step, they are GPG key installation. Then we have verifying this key fingerprint. Then we should have repo. Then we are adding the repo, and after adding repo, we are updating our repository of package manager. Then through package manager, we will install the Terraform. And when you have Terraform installed there, just go Terraform hyphen version. I have old version, but that's not make any impact. You just need Terraform and it will work fine. Okay, now we have the providers. We have uh, what we have done in this particular steps. We have tell the AWS that we are making this code for AWS, and you should keep the resources or execute this in whatever we write in this code in that particular version. Okay, because some things get changed, modified, uh, and they are not become they have not there is a parameter which have after some time it get deprecated. So if you lock it to whatever version, it will never get fail. Otherwise, today is 4.0, after some time it's 6.0 or 7 point, the it will throw you error that this option is getting deprecated, and your code will not get executed. So to avoid that, you must do that. Then let's create first resources, then we can talk more. Just you just need to look for AWS and VPC, that's the resource, and Terraform, and then you will get this particular registry. If I just do it again, what you have to do, AWS VPC Terraform, just search on it, then they open the Terraform registry if that's the first link, and then you will get this particular website. Then you can select this is very basic with just parameter. When you create VPC on your if I go here on console, you what the things is you must give it's a cider, then it can create any name. If you're giving names, okay. Currently I just have one VPC. Let us me to create one more. So this one we can choose, so we can give our name here. So here what we are going to do, we are going to do AWS VPC resource. We are calling the resource of AWS VPC, that will remain the constant anytime. And this things is is for our reference, what we want to refer this VPC by a name, that can be changed, but it's our value, customized value. Then we have cider block, what cider block we want to give. Then have instance tenancy default. I don't think we require that. Then we will look for it when we go in advanced version, advanced code, but being that time we don't. Then we have tag, under tag we are giving name, and I give its name of demo tech, and sorry, just give me a demo tech VPC. Now what we have to do, first time when we wrote code, we have to initialize the Terraform by using Terraform init command. What it will do, look out here, we have just created one file. It will find the hardscope version and then install the hardscope AWS providers. Then under that you will see if I go here, yeah, you can see that under .terraform one folder is created, .terraform. Under that we have provider registry, then hardscope AWS, that's particular version of that provider. Under that we have that provider require plugins, and if we are calling some modules in that, that's will auto get created in the .terraform folder. So other thing we have is log file. this is log file is saying that uh, this version, it will lock our execution on that particular provider version. Anytime we will do any operation, any modification, and anything on that, it will get uh, it will lock into it. And to if we anyhow someone delete this particular file, this can be look care by this particular person we have already talked. So now we have make like uh, there is a syntax we follow, but we can like we can make the syntax improper. Then we have seen first command of terraform init, which we use first time to initialize the terraform providers and to log its version. Then we have terraform fmt. What fmt do? Uh, it make correction in basic syntax, or it will make like there should be one space only. It will not any impact in not checking its proper cider we have given in the form of cider is not. It's just checking that syntax is proper or not. It is spaces are proper or not, to beautify the code mainly. Then we have terraform. Our third command is terraform validate. What terraform validate is doing here, we can see is saying that success terraform configuration is validated. It's saying that whatever the things you have given, it's validated. Like cider block is accepting only one parameter, one string. So you have given the one string, not validating its actual value. If we given here like that one. So if you are going to give this uh, not valid number, then it will going to throw you error. Same like whether it will work. Again, we will check it's now validating or not. Then we have terraform. Our fourth command is terraform plan. Here, if we can make it upward, what it's saying, we have run the terraform plan command. What it's saying, terraform use selected provider to generate the execution plan. What it does, till up to terraform validate command, it's not interacting with the cloud. Now it interact with cloud, and it's saying that it will create this VPC or this particular resource on cloud, and currently it's only cider. Other like is ARN name, DCO, other IDs are unknown, and they will known after apply. So it's telling in the last that it's having giving plan is that 1 will add, 0 will be changed, and 0 to destroy. Here in the last you didn't get use how option to use save this plan, so Terraform can't guarantee to take exactly these action if you run Terraform apply now. So uh, either you get some result that this will be created, it's not the same case that the instances or your resources will be get created. uh, Maybe they can there are like there is a possibility that your instances will not get created. So we are having Terraform apply. So now it's our, I think, fifth command, that whatever we have created, whatever we have done, we are going to check this through Terraform apply command. uh, if we go just above, it's saying that Terraform will perform the following action. It's looks similar like plan command, but in the last it's asking us to re-verify the thing. Do you want to perform this action? Terraform will perform this action only when you type yes. And once you type yes, it will go there and start doing changes. Like we have given some name to it. Once again, demo tech VPC, and we have console login. Currently, we have one VPC. If you go here, now demo tech VPC is there, and its side is B163, and you can see that B163 is there. So what I want to say, that now we have code anytime, and whenever we have that code, we can create as much VPC on number of instances. But what happened when we run same command again? Let's see. Here I forgot to show you one thing. First we discuss this. It refresh its states, and it's tell us no changes, your infrastructure matches the configuration. That's mean our configuration is what? We need one VPC via name of Demotech VPC in that particular CIDR block, and Terraform has compared your real infrastructure, and there is no difference. So what is Terraform doing? It's taking us from our present state to desired state. What is our present state? Is when I didn't create anything, my present state was 0, and I want to this desired state, means this VPC to be created. So how it's find that, how it's refreshing its value? If you see here how it's refreshed here, just go to here, that's one file code created. It's checking the version for Terraform 1.3.6, and here you can see that it's have lots of values. It's the whatever you create, it will have all the, like VPC we have created, with VPC something got created like route table and other stuff. So these are the things which it store in Terraform TF state. It is very important, because if it's not there, it to make our system, our deployment consistent, we need this to hold Terraform state. So to get more clarity, we add one more AWS subnet Terraform. We don't have to remind the resources. We just have go to a particular block of resource in the registry, and we can go there. Here now we have resource. What its resource is saying that we are I'm hoping that we are clear up to this, how it's get created, how VPCs get created. So Now we are seeing that there is a resource AWS subnet, resource and resource name that are unique. You can't change, but reference name we can change. Now we have first parameter VPC ID. It's calling the resource AWS VPC. Which resource is calling in the particular configuration file, which have the reference name main, and this AWS VPC with reference main is there, and we can create that. If you, I think you get confused, I just put it VPC1 and we are calling the VPC1.id. We need to pass the ID, this parameter, and this is the CIDR block for my first. We can say that this is the CIDR block for our resource. Then we have tags, and under tags we have, I can give it a good name, subnet1, and I just want to change one thing to. So what will be my first step? I should go to validate that first, whatever I have written, it's valid or not. It is saying it's valid, and then I should go to plan. You are not supposed to go to apply directly. Now here we can see that AWS VPC main refreshing state, 2 to add, 1 to destroy. There is a very good thing we can observe from here. It will add 2 things. It will not going to change anything. It will going to destroy 1. So what it's saying, what it is going to destroy, and what Terraform will perform the following action. Subnet will be created. Okay, that subnet we have passed. VPC ID known after apply. Why it's saying that known after apply? We have because we have the VPC ID in our TF state. Why it's saying that? Because it will going to destroy the VPC. Why? Because we have done some changes in parameter of VPC. So be conscious, be very conscious about that when you change the parameter of that particular resource, that it will going to restart. That will lead to be outage there in your particular clients or particular projects. So be very cautious with that. Now it is saying that it's going to create that VPC. So let's run the Terraform apply command. Here we are getting the refreshing state, and same it will tell that one will be destroyed VPC and one VPC and other will be. So it's first destroying, then creating, destruction complete, creation complete, then creating subnet. Okay. So one thing the Terraform follow, it decide by itself what to delete, because if it's go to create first, that may create problem. Then it decided by itself that these things will be done before doing any other thing. So now we can verify again. Yes, it's created. If we select here, we have 6 one, that one particular. What we have, one subnet is there. If you see any route table is there. Yeah, when you create VPC, a default route table and default inter gateway is also okay. Only route table is there, and one it's in routes. Only local communication. Okay, default route table is getting created without any neither it's NAT or neither is internet gateway. So okay, now what till the time we have learned how to create resources like AWS subnet, and now uh, we have also learned the uh, how to call the resources from other resources, like in the AWS subnet resource I want VPC ID. So how to call that we have seen here. Now there is a, I think it's a sixth command for you, terraform destroy. What it will going to do, it will be going to delete the code or infra whatever we have created through this code. 0 to add, 0 to change, 0 to 2 to destroy. What are the two? You know, subnet and VPC. And you might observe that deleting the resource is very easy here. If you create the through the resources on console, it took more time to create and delete. Now here you just one time uh, you just have to write the code, and then it's just easy, just play around there. If you go furthermore, we just see some building blocks of Terraform, that when we are just going to add resources again and again, it will create problem to us. So what we need different files where we can make simple and easy. Create one file, provider.tf. What I want to do, these providers, I want to put here. Okay, now in main file I want only my resources, so that's why I given is there. Just validate it. Okay, sorry, I wanna run the plan, but accidentally I have run the apply. So let's test. It's till now it's creating resource. I create one more file here. Is okay, resources are created, variable.tf. So now we have first file main.tf with resources, second file provider.tf with providers information, and third file is variable.tf. Why I'm using this variable dot file? I'm using the VS Code for writing the code. In VS Code, writing code is very easy. Like I have just written the var, and I have these option variable, and now it's give me a block or variable with with its name, type string, and description. How we can going to use and why we are using this, let's see here how to use it. Let's come back here. Here we have AWS VPC, and here is the cider. I am going to use it like that, var.vpc cider block. That's is the way of calling variable in the resource var dot variable name, and how to define it. That's this way, var variable dot vpc cider, type is string, default we can select this, we can override this default, we will see later on. And description, vpc slider block. Okay, now we have called these resources here, and we now have to remove this. Let's validate it. Check it by doing the plan or running plan. So that's the thing. It's working, but why I'm creating this? Because this file become very static, that this resource is used once, and if I want to use it again to create one more VPC, I can't use that resource, and I have to write again a resource, and it will create problem for that. More, uh, if we are thinking about that loops in Terraform, we can use that, but reusability of code is not there. We use loop for specific case, like we want to increase the number of VPC and subnet, but same code if I want to use in different project, and some other want to use different project, reusability is not there. So to change these resources from static to dynamic, we are using this variables. So create one more variables, where dot VPC name. Sorry. And how we define it? Variable, then variable name, then block. In block, if we only give this default name, and if we keep it as empty, that's will be fine, there will be no issue, but we have to provide value, and we can't keep it just empty. Each and every value in your code should be variabilized. So let me create a variable for subnet also. Please wait. Creating variable for subnet slider. Its name. Copy the variables again, just paste it, and var dot subnet name here, subnet and paste it over here. In one of my recent interview, interviewer tell me to write the Terraform code without VS Code and without internet. So I just have to write it on through VI. So if you have practice on AWS or Terraform, it's good for you. So now we have all the four. If we see, if we run the first validate again, okay, it's saying it's saying that there is no need to change. So what we can do, we can give it 001 to see the things it's working proper or not. Cider 16 to we can change it to 17. Okay, and under that either changing it, you can just change the basic one, make it 0, and let's start plan again. It will first refresh the state, and now it will say that it's not matching, state is not matching, so we need to destroy and add this. Okay, let's apply. Yes, till now it's working, destroying, modifying. What it does, it's subnet destroyed in the main, and VPC it just modified, and after that it's created the subnet. So this thing is can't be variabilized because it is just resource value, but you can variabilize it by putting it under the variables. So if, before moving further, I want to add one more file, that's output.tf. So one file was for resource, one for provider, one for variable. Why is file required? Here if you see, if you can type output here, its block will become like that, and output will like that, output VPC, and in the value what you can give, you have to give it like that, AWS subnet dot main dot id. It will give you the IDs of the VPC which we have created. In same way, if we wrote, this will become very helpful when we write the modules for that. So what we are doing here, we are just which things which you know require, we can remove VPC IDs. When we need to call in the other code or other modules, we require that, we can just give its VPC ID, depends on, we don't require here. If make this sensitive true, it will not show in display its complete value in the output, but I want this values in output. So 1 second, AWS subnet, it's VPC1 there, so we should find VPC1 dot id there, and AWS subnet main is there, so we can continue with the main. Just to cancel it. Okay, come back to output, and output is there. So whatever we are creating, we can call it in the output through output file. So let me do first validate it, syntax is there or not. Okay, VPC is there, so that's why you follow the proper, because if you go to for plan or apply, it's first interact with the cloud, and it takes some time to give that error. So let me to run again. AWS subnet, where it is there, output.tf. okay, here it's not subnet, it's AWS VPC we want to call. So you have to read the error to solve it. Then we have plan. Okay, now uh, now you can see this thing. We haven't changed any values this time, but we have got output. That changes to output are happen, and we can see here. So whatever output we will mention in the output file, we will see output like that for that. But if we make sensitive true, it's not give us the value. So till now we have seen 4 files. Now one more file we will see. I'm forgetting its name. I think it's terrafrom.tf vars. Okay, why I am using this file? uh, if you are gonna call with here VPC site block, you are seeing this block is very large. To make the values very simple and in key pair form, we can write it like that, and just need to give the values. Here like that. Here I can give it's like that. Then we have more variables. We have if I VPC name, everything we just pass it's as key pair. I'm not changing anything here. I'm just changing it like doing its name as 2. I'm overriding the values. Now you will see which value it will prefer, .tf vars or subnet cider. Subnet cider is required as we have to make it as 11. Sorry, one variable we can left to make you learn about that. We can if we are not passing any values in .tf vars, it will take its defined its default value from here. So one variable we are not passing. Let's see what will happen. First step, can you tell, anybody can tell what we are going to do? First we will validate. Okay, then we will check plan. In plan it should say it's going to destroy 2. It's first refreshing its state. Now it's saying it's 2 to add, 0 to change, and 0 to 2 to destroy. Must be replaced. Okay, 1 must be replaced. Okay, to replace that we need to destroy. So here we have plan. Now here we have apply auto approve. This is the flag we used because we wanna give yes, we have to pass the yes after we run the Terraform apply. To avoid that, we can just pass hyphen water. This will become very useful when we are doing the creating resource through the CI/CD. Now, let me check. Here, you can see that this is the name which we have defined in our TF vars. Sorry. So, why we are creating this TF vars? To give the values in .tf and yes, in key pair form we are using that. Last we have subnet name, we pass it here to make the code consistent. We are not supposed to like that. We are just passing some values, not all values here. We should pass all the values, whatever that. Now, in VPC, what component we have? We have subnets, we have IGs. Let me create internet gateway. Others need to be internet gateway AWS Terra. We create one more resource with our current step. This will create the resource. AWS internet gateway Terraform associate with VPC. I think we need to associate it. Let me see. Let's create it, then we will see. We have to pass other block, or this is more than sufficient. Just go below, paste it over here. It's calling the VPC main ID. We have the VPC one there. Let it verify. We have VPC one. Yes, we have VPC one. Dot ID GW, no issue. We have main here. We can change its name var dot igw. IGW name like that. Copy it over here. Variables. And then I paste it over here. Paste it over here. It's IGW 01. Copy over here and paste over here, and you're finding this task little bit confusing, but it's a one-time task. Once you're done, you are ready to fly. First validate. Okay, check plan. Okay, it's saying you want to add what is doing Terraform. Will you add the following? VPC ID is our current VPC ID. Apply -- auto approve. I hope font is not the issue. Font is very much clear with you. If there is an issue, I'm sorry for that. Okay, let's go here in the route. We have internet gateways IG01. It's attached to VPC demo tech. Okay, so in same way, now we have done with the IGW, but we have to make entry 5W in the route table now, because if you not see AWS RT route table Terraform. That's the resource of AWS cider block. We will create the cider block for NAT for internet gateway, and we will mark the entry with this cider, but we should pass the 00 cider while giving this particular cider. Okay, let me check first. Main.tf. Here is the VPC node is our example. VPC is the VPC1. Okay, and cider is internet example. AWS internet gateway .gw is there, not example, so changes with the GW, and it's for AWS egress only internet gateway ID. Okay, tags is example, not example is not. It's public RT01. Not going to variabilize it. Well, let's validate. Sorry, GW. Let's do it quickly. It was only let's do a task. Just comment it out. Then we see Terraform. Valid again. Okay. Terraform plan. What it's going to create? It's just refreshing state. Let's see what's going to create. Want to add the cider block. What's that? Okay. Let's apply Terraform, and we should give its open to all word. Let's wait for it. Okay, here we have the console access, and here we have routes table, public RT, and under details we have routes here. That's the wrong thing we have done. Subnet association is not there. Subnet 01 is there. Subnet 01 is there, but routes are not proper. It's not entry is not proper. So what entry we require? We require internet from anywhere or everywhere. We can just simply add it. Now we have a public subnet, and under that public subnet we have now our network is ready, if we can say. For being the time, we have VPC, we have subnet, we have ISG, we have a route table which is associated with public subnet. So with that subnet which making it public, so now we need to add or launch instance here. To launch ec2 instance we need its code, but let me check. AWS ec2 Terraform. Okay, this is a data block to look for AMI T3 micro instance. Just paste it over here. Data block we require, actually when we launch ec2 instance we require AMI, and we go to AMI by its flavor, like Ubuntu 20 or 22.0. We never care about its ID. So here we also don't care about its ID. We just pass it like that, and it will automatically fetch the ID and which will be there. But here if you think that it will not it will get created in any default VPC or whatever is there. It's not taking the values of our network. So there should be AWS network interface for private IP. It's giving okay, that is the resource here. I'm calling resource AWS instance of any name we can give. AWS ec2 01, and through above data block I'm calling the AMI, and instance I'm just setting it up to T3 micro, and through this process of calling the resource from other resource I'm calling it. Then I want to associate the public IP to it, and I have a key available there by name of test, and here we have the demo server. Let's first validate it. I think this is very much clear to you why we are giving public IP, so that we can access it. We don't have any jump host there, so key name is test and server name is, let's plan it. There is a one thing missing, actually video is getting longer. We haven't created any security group, so I'm leaving the security groups for next time. But how we can log in that without security group? So there will be a default security group which will get attached to it. Let's hope for it and apply auto approve. It will just create the infra. Wanted, it will create the instance. It's giving some error. Let's check. So authorization base error. 1 second. Okay, it's now created. It's given error because here I have mentioned the T3 micro. It's not giving permissions to create T3 micro, but T2 micro is getting created. So instance is now getting created. One test is created by my team member to do some test. Let's see one thing. What is inbound route? To connect over it, we need at least because if we are directly going to connect it, it will not connect. Till now I will show you. It must throw us error. Okay. That rule, add a rule till time all traffic. Custom anywhere, and we can save this rule. And same for outbound. Okay. We have public IPs there. One second, add rule all this all traffic. Once again, just go back. Public IP is there in networking, VPC and subnet 1. Here if I check, we have VPC, if you see what is my VPC IP, it's FCE, and then we have subnet 01, that's carrying our instance subnet 01 without E. Then we have routes there, public route table, is there, we have routes, it's giving all the entries to word. Then we have subnet association, okay, subnet association is not there, we have to do it via code. Just associate it. Now connect it. Okay, let's validate it. Sudo apt internet is working or not. Okay, internet is working fine. So with Terraform we have created the basic network, and on that basic network we have created our server. We create subnet association plus net gateway, our private route tables, private instance. We will do that, and we will also cover how to create a load balancer through Terraform in next video. Before closing this video, let's delete the whole infra which we have created, as this infra will lead us to charges. And Terraform destroy an auto probe is the command, and just run this, and this will delete each and everything as we have seen earlier. So till then, thank you for watching video. Please share with the friends. Bye.